I've spent thousands of dollars and months of diving comparing traditional BCDs to backplate and wing systems. If you're on the fence, let me save you the trouble. Let's get into it. Other than some rental BCDs, my first real setup was the Atomic BC1, which is a classic jacket style BCD. Then I purchased the Atomic BC2, which is their back inflate version of basically the same BC. I've heard the BC2 called the Ferrari of BCs, and I'll admit it was a premium BCD. Both were great, though I definitely prefer the BC2 to the traditional jacket style, and the buoyancy and trim were just way better on the back inflate. I absolutely love the Atomic tank strap. If I could take that and fit it to my new rig, I absolutely would. Purists would cringe, but they probably already do because of the deluxe harness that I use on my wing anyway. But again, the BC2 is a great BC. But over time, I just started to feel like it was bulky and restricting and kind of like over complicated. And because of its size and weight, it was a real issue for traveling. It just didn't fit well in my bag. So I wanted to move on to something that was a little more minimal and compact. I switched to the X-Deep NX Zen Deluxe with a stainless steel backplate, and I also have an aluminum backplate that I use for whenever I travel. Even though the BC2 was also a back inflate, nothing puts you in trim like a wing does. And now that I've used one for a while, I can barely even tell that I'm wearing it whenever I'm underwater. Now you're gonna hear people say that a backplate and wing is uncomfortable on the surface and that they push you forward and kind of like try to dunk you in the water. That can happen if you fully inflate the wing on the surface, but it's easily avoidable. Just add enough air to float with your head just above water and you're fine. I don't even find myself having to try to lean back at all. Just don't overinflate that. It's not a problem unless you make it one. Don't avoid this setup because of that alone, because it's honestly a non-issue. One of the best things about wing systems is that they're modular. They can grow with you and your dive needs because they're completely customizable. Most manufacturers' components are cross-compatible with others, but definitely do your research before you buy anything. But this means that you can buy your wing, your backplate, and your harness all from different sources, or you can still buy a complete package like you can do with the X-Deep Zen. It also means that you can have side mount, you can have doubles, single tank, whatever you want to dive, you can have it as long as you have the components. Right now I swap plates depending on the dive. I have my aluminum plate for travel, and then I have the steel plate for cold water or local dives where I want the extra weight. I'm still using the same wing and harness for both, but I did order a second deluxe harness so I can just swap the wing out instead. It's not necessary at all, but it will be way more convenient. And when I'm diving the steel plate, I don't need to carry any additional weight, which is pretty freaking cool. Now let me be clear, nobody should dictate what kind of gear you dive. Not me, not anyone else. Dive gear, especially your BC, is highly personal. You've got to choose what works for you. But I'll say this, if I had it to do all over again, I would have bought an X-Deep backplate and wing for both me and Gunner from the beginning, and I would have saved a ton of money. And hey, X-Deep, if you want to see Gunner rocking one of your ghosts in all of our videos, send one over and he'll be your biggest fan. I want to know what you dive. Drop your setup in the comments, and if you've got questions, I'll try to answer all of them. If you enjoyed this, smash that subscribe button, and if you want my personal pick for what to watch next, click this video right here. If you're new to the channel, here's something awesome. We hide real treasure underwater. We call it the hunt. And if you find one of our coins, you win actual high-end dive gear from brands that we trust. You can check out those treasure drops and clues right here on the channel. The hunt is on.